Welcome to Insert Title Here, the podcast that's a little bit like two goldfish in a tank. We're still trying to work out how to drive this thing. Hello, my name is Adam, also known as Technical Cake Mix. You can catch me out on the youtube.com/Technical Cake Mix, and as always, I am joined by two schmucks. Two schmucks, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Devon Vavio. I sometimes do Twitch, and I sometimes do voice acting, but I'm full-time loser at Yu-Gi-Oh! I say that knowing full well I got third place at locals today, but hey, that's neither here nor there.
You say schmuck, but I'm actually a mensch. And also, there's three of us. There's not two of us in here. The hell, there's technically supposed to be four.
Look, the dark dimension won't fight itself, you know?
Look, we know that he's trying to fight Bob Dylan or whatever it is, but, like, can he fucking cut it out?
I thought he was fighting Bob Hope.
I thought he was fighting David Draymond.
I thought he was fighting Dave Chappelle.
I thought he was fighting Adam Sandler.
I thought he was fighting Adam Sessler.
I thought he was fighting Morgan Webb.
Jesus Christ. That's a much higher brow direction than I was going to go with. I was going to be like...
Xander's forever trapped in an episode of X-Play.
Good. He deserves to be on G4. He and Kevin Pereira. Can you imagine him on Attack of the Show? Holy shit.
Only one of us can escape the coke pile, Xander.
That's exactly the direction I was going to go in. I was going to be like, Xander is actually fighting Adam Sessler's addiction, and boy, that addiction's got hands.
That's a Goku's like, I heard your addiction was strong. I want to fight it.
He's doing a magic school bus into human body bit. He's Osmosis Jones. He's going in.
Can Goku beat cocaine addiction?
Da, 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 da.
Also, we've been going for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and we're already going to get sued by Adam Sandler for saying he's got a cocaine addiction.
And I said Adam Sessler.
Fuck!
Adam Sandler would love a coke addiction. It would mean that he's finally made it enough to be able to afford coke recreationally.
Oh, dude, fuck. He is minted. Do you know how much money he got for Jack and Jill?
I don't want to know how much money he got for Jack and Jill.
You don't want to know, but he got a lump sum fee for that thing. So that film had like $100 and something million budget, and like a third of that was just him.
Fuck's sake.
Like, you don't want to know. Like, it's actually disgusting, that man's net worth.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
You think that with a net worth that high, he'd be in a good movie one of these days?
Apparently.
I mean, he's been...
What was it? Cut Gems or Uncut Gems was pretty good?
I've not seen that one, but Reign Over Me is phenomenal. And that was a straight-to-DVD thing because they were paranoid that... Because I think it came out around the same time as some other schmucky blockbuster, comedy, quote-unquote, film that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
TLDR, he plays a man who lost his family in 9/11 and just kind of mentally regressed a little tiny bit to basically being a bit of a teenager. And it's basically about a friend of his kind of talking to him and kind of bringing him back into the real world after everything that happened. And it's really good. It's really touching. It's really, really well made. Do you remember that incredibly loud and extremely close film that came out a few years ago that everyone fucking hated?
No.
Yeah, good. Okay, but think that, but good.
Huh.
But yeah, no, he's been in a few good things. The problem is just I think it's just that the comedy stuff is easy for him, and also, I mean, look, I'm not gonna fault the man for taking a $50 million payday, but at the same time, a little bit of self-respect, because the man's net worth is, for those who don't know, $400 million.
That's so much money. Why?
That's a higher net worth than most people in his field. Significantly higher. I think he's the second richest comedian in the US.
Who beats him?
Seinfeld.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, Seinfeld.
So you're telling me that if Sandler wanted to, he could really have 8 crazy nights?
Oh yeah, 100%. He could go on 800 cocaine field nights if he wanted to. It could be 8 crazy years.
8 crazy years. Jesus fuck.
And he could go see the NBA live anytime he wants, front row seats.
You ever think about how we're never going to see that much money in our life?
No, I don't think about that.
Not really, no, because I think the problem is when you get to that level of wealth, what even is money? You know what I mean? What even is money at that point?
Listen, all I'm saying is that we gotta somehow get him into having a gunpla addiction.
Probably already happened.
I would look at Adam Sandler's Gunpla collection if he had one.
I mean, Robin Williams had an infamous anime figure collection, so it's possible.
Yeah. I want to know what celebrities play Yu-Gi-Oh! If there are.
Look, it's not impossible that we could one day have Ben Schwartz on the show. He probably plays Yu-Gi-Oh!
I could see it. He plays video games a lot, so.
Which celebrities?
He's on Gameathy Grumpathy.
I know that
at least twice.
There is a politician, Democratic, I think, senator.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Maxwell Frost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he plays Yu-Gi-Oh! He plays Earth Machines like a real man.
I actually once heard that he goes to tournaments. Very rare, but.
Well, I'm very rarely because he's in because
he's literally in the Senate.
Yeah, I can't imagine he gets to go often, but
he leans over to Ted Cruz and he's like, "You want to do Math Max?" No, I don't want to play Math Max. I'm trying to play Heroes.
I know in football, by which I mean proper football, Antoine Griezmann plays at Atletico Madrid in the French national team. He's a massive Yu-Gi-Oh fan.
I want to find the dude that's in the soccer games that plays Magic the Gathering. I want to know what his Avatar of Me card is.
Good question. I forget who it is.
For those of you that don't get this joke, I'm going to read out to you what Avatar of Me is, and feel free to comment what yours is. Find it. Alright, this spell costs 1 more to cast for each 10 years you've been alive. Avatar of Me's power is equal to your feet and your height and feet, and its toughness is equal to your American shoe size, round to the nearest half. Avatar of Me is the color of your eyes.
So
I know there's the
this is not legal. This is in the unsanctioned one, which I there is a term for the Magic the Gathering one where it's just anything fucking goes.
Yeah.
Tabletop, I think it might be called.
Yeah. So I guess for me it would be a 4 since I'm 30, so it costs a little more.
It starts at a cost of 2.
Oh, so it'd be 6.
Yeah.
No, 5. It'd be 5.
Yeah, 5.
So it's a 5 to summon. It's blue-green because I have blue-green eyes, and it's a 6/13.
It's pretty good for a 5 cost, from what I understand.
It ain't dying to anything soon unless it's got Death Touch.
So I couldn't see anything about football as far as Magic the Gathering players, but apparently in the NFL, just googling this now, Cassius Marsh is apparently a massive Magic fan.
Give me his stats. What are his stats? We're gonna figure out his Avatar of Me.
So he was born in the same year as me, 1992.
Okay, so he's a 5 cost.
His birthday isn't until July 7th, so he's still 29 right now.
Okay, so he has a 4 cost.
Yeah.
How tall is this man?
Wait, you say he's born in 1992?
Yeah.
He's 30.
That's 30. It's 2023, man.
Oh yeah, shit. He's almost 31. Sorry.
Because he's got a 5 cost. How
Dumb
tall is
asshole
this man?
can't
He's an
even
NFL guy. He's
fucking do
probably
math.
7 feet.
He's 6'4".
Okay, so
same as
he's
me.
got a 6 power. What's his do we know what his shoe size is? Is that a public stat?
Doesn't appear to be a public stat. His weight is though. But I can't see anything about his shoe size.
If he's 6 foot something, his shoe size is probably the same as mine, 13, maybe 14.
It's gotta be in the 10s at least.
Yeah.
And what's it look like he's got for eyes?
Brown eyes. It looks like.
I think that falls under a red.
Yeah. Looks like he's really into collectible card games though, because he
Gotta do something with all that NFL money. I guess you could be a nerd about it.
The funny thing about NFL and college players is that they are historically, recently I should say, massive dorks.
They are just nerds in a different direction.
Yeah.
It's you're into the Star Wars and the Star Trek. I can quote 10 years of Yankee stats.
Well,
That's
no,
nerd shit, homie. What the fuck?
So what I was saying is, like, there have
100%.
been, like, on recording, there have been football players doing, like, different poses from anime series. Like, so somebody did, like, Luffy's gear too after they landed that touchdown. I think there was some players, I think for the Rams or something like that, they did the fusion dance after a touchdown. Like, it's pretty funny.
So the fusion dance is a really popular one in football as well, because infamously in the States in MLS, Joseph Martinez and Almiron used to do it.
It's not fair.
And now a bunch of, I think the French national team, I want to say Antoine Griezmann did it with Mbappe.
You're telling me that the Hispanic football player does the Dragon Ball Z move?
What are the fucking odds?
Incomprehensible.
Know, right?
What's next? They're gonna fucking quote Rugal?
And they're gonna start talking Saint Seiya to me?
I know for
predictable.
Martinez and Almiron, Venezuelan, and no, they're both Venezuelan. And then you've got, obviously, Griezmann is French, and so is Mbappe French. They did it. Somebody in Europe did it, like the Naruto hand thing after scoring a goal recently. I forget who it was.
That tracks.
Yeah, but like, yeah, no, you're really not wrong. Like, as someone who does follow a sport, like, I could talk for hours and hours about, like, XG, which I realize is the dumbest, nerdiest stat in the fucking planet.
Like, if you know somebody that can whip out sports stats without, like, checking anything...
Oh, it's nerd shit, dude.
It's nerd shit.
It's nerd shit.
The only problem is that you've decided to go for nerd shit involving that, and not like I want to imagine a football player that is a wizard.
It's possible. It's what Blood Bowl's for.
We need to somehow line up the NFL dudes that are just massive nerds and get them into Blood Bowl. How do we do this? How do we get this?
Release a new Blood Bowl game. That's good. Right. And not like Dawn of War 3.
Right, I'll tell all of the people at Games Workshop to get on this right now, right after they get done masturbating about Space Marines again. And not the Tau.
Bro, speaking of...
Or Tyranids, or fucking literally anything else, god damn it.
So I was looking at Warhammer figures, actually, like, not too long ago. I was just curious about it, because me and Fly had a long conversation about, like, Warhammer lore.
We need to get back into Dark Tide.
Oh, yeah. But, like, I looked at some of the figures. My fucking god. You want a better measure of inflation? Fucking look at the cost of Warhammer. Holy shit, dude.
I have no frame of reference for this because I'm not into Warhammer, but I know that one of the card shops near me sells Warhammer figurines you can paint, so I can only assume...
So that's kind of how it's always been. You buy figurines, you put them together based on what you want your squad to have or need to be, right? And then you paint them. It's the whole kind of the hobby thing. It's the modeling, the painting, and then the actual playing of the game. So it's a pretty in-depth hobby. That's part of the reason why I guess it's so fucking popular, I guess. But like, so to give you an idea, it used to be you could buy a 5-man Space Marine squad, which came with a bunch of different accessories and whatnot, and it will cost you, give or take, about $20, right? Good place to get started for an army. You can kind of work out some paint schemes you want to and customize it. That same 5-man squad now is going to cost you closer to $100.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's expensive. Why though?
Fuck if I know. And then, like, they're selling, like, individual figurines now. Some which are cast in metal. Some of which are cast in plastic. And they'll be, like, 100-something. It's like, what the hell? The cost for you to make this is pennies. And, like, that hobby right now is a bit of a weird crossroads right now. Really, really, really weird crossroads. Because something that kind of screwed them over, besides inflation, the big thing that's really screwing Games Workshop over right now, and kind of deservingly so, is 3D printing.
Oh.
People realize they can just 3D print off miniatures. And all of a sudden, they've got a huge problem. And I guess that's probably the reason why we're seeing more and more like video games and licensed, goods be kind of come out of that realm. Because it is a very interesting world. It's a very, very good world. But like, the cost of getting into it just keeps going up and up and up and up, And people don't want to spend like $100 on a squaddy just to fucking ruin it forever. It was only $20 a squad. Yeah, whatever. I got 4 more than my grandma. When it's $100 for the 5, fuck that shit.
That's very that could be said for a lot of things, like getting to a lot of different stuff. Like, not to change the subject from like Warhammer, but like Yu-Gi-Oh is also notoriously expensive to get into. Like, to even get a deck that is, I would say, competitive, like the most competitive deck that you can just like buy at like a store instead of having to buy singles from packs, is like you have to buy, I think, like the Trap Tricks structure deck that just came out recently. Or the Dark World structure deck that came out recently. Both of them are like, it's like $10 a piece, or depending where you get it from, it can vary. I think upwards of maybe 14 at most. So you're looking at spending like anywhere between $42 to $30 for 3 just to play 3. And even then, it's not that good, because like you have single cards that go for $50 that are needed for your deck, staple cards that go for $5 a piece, and have it, or they just don't get reprinted. I mean, and then they always change with the format. Prices go up or down depending on, like, you know, what's good in the current meta. Like, I bought a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon about 2-3 months ago, and the price on that has spiked since. I bought it for 19, and I think now it is sitting at, last I checked, $30-something.
So I would argue the cost of games for that is less. Because at the very least, you know, if you just want to learn how to play the game, you can grab a starter deck, you can have a sibling or a friend grab a starter deck, and you spend anything between $20 to $30, correct?
If you just get one structure deck and you're learning with a friend, or you're just like not really wanting to get competitive, then you're looking at maybe $20 between the two of you, but it won't be a very good deck.
And then if you get the competitive, you know, you can spend some more money that way and kind of fall in that rabbit hole, right? Now, if a Warhammer, so the way the game works is on a point-based system. So every figure is worth X amount of points, certain weapons then add points or subtract points, depending on what you want to do, right? Mm-hmm. So most, the smallest point value you'll typically play with will be a 500-point army. That squad I mentioned there may take up about 100 and something points, give or take. That's $100 right there for 100 and something points. Most armies that you see on like a regular game will be about 2,000 points.
Yeesh.
Yeah. All of a sudden you realize something right there. And that's just to get basic stuff. Like, my brother in Christ, like the pre-owned market for Warhammer was already really kind of fucking good. I can only imagine what it's like now, particularly with 3D printing. You can probably literally get like custom models printed out. Particularly if you had like an idea of like a custom like champion, or if you want to make like a certain Primarch, whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But fucking hell, yeah. I mean, I collect video games, so at least for me the price of that seems to be stabilizing right now, but Jesus Christ.
You say that, and you know the price of Devil's Third is going up for some fucking reason.
That seems to fluctuate. It went around like 300 or something like a year ago, now it's back to 500-ish. It keeps going up and down, up and down. I should explain, for those who don't know, I have a sealed copy of Devil's Third. I bought it when it came out, and then I forgot about it. And now that game's really expensive, and I forgot I had it. I'm not very smart, if you haven't realized. I also adulted today. God, can you believe I adulted today? I adulted a lot this weekend. We got a garden put in. We got our vegetable plot going. Yes, we're talking about like Adam being like a domesticated 30-something. We got our garden put in. We got peppers put in. We got tomatoes put in, and I bought a dishwasher today. Jesus Christ! Can I please get a small round of applause of being an adult here?
No, because you're an adult.
God damn it! Like, oh, Devon went to locals. Got to have fun. Flyer. I don't know what flyer. What'd you do this weekend?
Nothing.
God damn! I wish I did nothing.
Oh yeah, I did indeed go to locals, and I got 3rd place.
That's good. I mean, that's about locals, because I adulted.
So it was all right. I had a bit of an argument with one of the guys I was playing against, and I kind of want to take you guys' opinion, and anyone who's listening, I would love to have you guys' opinion on this as well. So
is Devon the asshole?
Am I the asshole? You know what? We'll find out. Am I the asshole? Did I play? Or there's 2 questions. 1, am I the asshole? And 2, did I play correctly? So here's what happened. So I was dueling against this guy, and it was my turn. And during my turn, I went ahead and I activated a card. I activated MathMech Circular. What it does is that I reveal it in hand. I send a MathMech from my deck to the graveyard. I get to special summon it. And if a MathMech monster is special summoned or is summoned while it's on the field, I can search for a MathMech spell or trap card. Okay. So Sigma's effect, which is what I sent off of Circular, is that if I do not have a monster in the extra monster zone, I can special summon it, but I banish it if it leaves the field. So I special summoned my MathMech Sigma while Circular was on the field. I got to search for MathMech Superfactorial. I revealed that I had added MathMech Superfactorial to my hand, and then I went to continue my combo. My opponent wanted to know what MathMech Superfactorial did. I did not feel obligated to tell him what the card did, as I had already put it into my hand. This is where the argument kind of started, because it was basically they're telling me, well, no, you have to tell me what it does because I asked what the card does. And I said, no, you know what the card is because of public information. It's been added to my hand. It's no longer public information. It's considered private information at that point. And someone who was next to me who wasn't even playing was saying, okay, where's the ruling on that? Because I've been to YCSs before and I've had to tell people what my cards did. I'm like, and I was fairly certain that it was added recently in the most recent rule updates for Yu-Gi-Oh! That I do not have to tell my opponent what the card in hand does until I activate the card. And then I went to go ahead and search for a card again using another MathMech Monsters effect. I revealed my MathMech Circular, added to hand. He wanted to do what MathMech Circular did, and I told him again, I've already added it to my hand. It's no longer public knowledge, it's private knowledge. You know I have it in my hand. I'm not obligated to tell you what it does. And then we just had this whole spat about that, and eventually they called the judge over, and the judge was like, yeah, if he asks you what the cards do, you have to show him. Like, but I added them to my hand. I didn't activate them. And that was my argument, that I was not activating those cards. I was adding them to my hand. And basically, when the judge said, oh, here, fine, just fucking look at them. I don't care anymore. And I let him read what the cards did. And basically, he gets to formulate a strategy to counterplay the cards that I added to my hand, because now he knows what they do. I'm just like, I don't feel like that's fair. I feel like that's private information that I don't have to reveal until the card hits the field. Because once it's on the field, everyone gets to know what it does. And once it's activated, everyone gets to know what it does. But once it's in my hand, I feel like that's private information. And I shouldn't have to tell my opponent what the card does because I'm not activating at the time.
Okay, now when you said you had a spat, was it polite or was it a little bit like...
I got a little spicy because I was saying I'm not obligated to show you the cards in my hand after I've added them to my hand.
Yeah, because you're not.
Because it was the way I was saying it. I was saying, so I was saying, no, I don't want to show you the card in my hand. I straight up said, no, I am not obligated to reveal to you the card that I added to my hand after I've already revealed it the first time. I don't have to tell you what it does because it's no longer public information. It's like I said, just like that, because I was getting really a little spicy because they were arguing with me.
Yeah.
And I could have sworn I read public knowledge in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like one of the most recent updates from Yu-Gi-Oh! And it was just super fucking infuriating. And I forgot. Go ahead.
So I was gonna say, I know in Master Duel you get to literally look at the card. You don't get to click on it, and you don't get to like read the flavor text. You just get to see what it is for a split second, and then it's gone. Which is how I assume that worked, because based on the public and private knowledge thing, because once in your hand, like, that's it, it's gone.
Well, the thing with Master Duel is that it has a log on the side of the game that you can click on and see what was added, and you can look at the card from there. But that's Master Duel.
We can look at it, but you can't actually see the flavor text or anything like that. You can see the title.
Yes, you can.
You can?
Yeah. I do it all the time in Master Duel, because that's Master Duel. It's a part of the game.
Gotcha, interesting. I think if you can show proof that it was written down and that you have that ruling to hand, then you should be fine. I think it's just about how you handle the situation. Does that make sense? So I think it's a bit of a 50-50 going on here. You might be the asshole, but you might not be.
I don't know. It was making me feel like I was the asshole.
I mean, it sounds like you didn't start as the asshole, but you may have ended as the asshole.
I mean, I apologized at the end for my attitude, but I was still kind of spicy about it. I was not happy about the situation.
Did you beat him?
No, I didn't beat. He was the only person that beat me. And I think the only reason that he did beat me was because I was mad while we were playing, and it caused me to misplay. Like, I could have used Ash Blossom on his Red Eyes Fusion because I was going to send cards from deck to graveyard.
Yeah.
And I didn't Ash Blossom it. I let him summon his Red Eyes Dragoon again, and that's what caused me to lose. So that's on me. But I was still kind of frustrated.
Yeah, Devon got a little spicy.
Yeah.
Like a jalapeno. Ooh, I like jalapenos. But I don't know if you... I don't know. It's a 50-50. I think, to be fair, if you're going to play this sort of like things in like a setting like that, this is coming from experience, it's only for years of fighting games, you kind of sometimes have to be a little bit of a dick. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know on that one. Public opinion. Comment section. Was Devon the asshole? Answers by
postcard.
I was gonna say carrier
by
pigeon.
Postcard. Carrier pigeon. Okay, here's communication. This is in the official rules from Konami, right? And it says, it is your responsibility to relay accurate information at all times. You are required to answer completely and honestly all questions relevant to maintaining an accurate game state or matters of public knowledge. You should clearly communicate your actions during gameplay and ask questions of your opponent or a tournament official if you're unsure about something. You're obligated to immediately notify your opponent and a judge if necessary if your opponent fails to follow any game rules, including effects that may be playing incorrectly. You should never touch any of your opponent's cards or other items without asking permission. Failure to follow any of these rules may result in penalties. You should request the assistance of a judge at any time an issue arises rather than afterwards. You may not retract moves once you've committed to them. Committing to a move includes, but is not limited to, verbally stating or announcing an action, removing your hand from a card once the physical action has been taken. If your verbal statement contradicts an action you take in the game, the verbal statement is legal player action. The verbal statement overrules the action you performed. If you take an action in game that turns out to be illegal, call for a judge. The judge can assess the situation, allow any necessary retractions or corrections, and issue the appropriate penalty.
Okay.
So here's the thing. It says public knowledge.
Does it also say that in the rulebook that the hand is private knowledge?
Well, let me see. So we'll go to subsection L. Here we go. Public knowledge. The following information is considered to be public knowledge, and unless a card effect states otherwise. Duelists may not refuse to answer questions as about public knowledge. Relying or refusing to answer questions about information that's public knowledge may result in disqualification penalty. The duelist must answer questions involving the topics truthfully. The number of cards in the duelist's hand, the number of cards in the duelist's deck, including the main, side, and extra, the number and names of cards in the duelist's graveyards, and face-up banished cards, both duelist's current life point totals, any notes taken by either duelist during a duel, information printed on a specific card mentioned by name or otherwise clearly described, which cards were played during the current turn. So examples like, what's the defense of honest? What is the printed effect of soul exchange? Following information is considered private knowledge unless a card effect is stated otherwise. Information that is private knowledge may not be revealed by duelists except by a card effect. Duelists may not answer questions about the game state. Information is considered private knowledge. All the card contents in the deck, including the main, side, and extra deck. All cards that are face down. Cards in the opponent's hand. And which cards the opponent set summoned during a previous turn.
So it sounds like you may have been right. But to quote the Big Lebowski, you may have been a bit of a dick about it.
Yeah. Here it is. Examples. A duelist may not reveal a card in his or her deck to the opponent unless an effect requires her to do so.
Interesting. But once it's in the hand, it's private knowledge again.
Yeah. Here it is. Hand verification. With the exception of cards selected by a search effect, you may not search or verify any of your opponent's private knowledge locations, such as hand, deck contents, or face down cards, unless you're directed to by a card effect.
It says reveal it to your opponent and then put it in your hand. So I guess if the ruling, my guess would then be if they ask to read it after you reveal it, and then put it in your hand. But once it's in your hand, that's it. It's gone, you know?
Well, you added it to your hand, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I guess at that point, that's when you should have told them. Unless it was just from, like, a regular draw, then I guess it wouldn't be.
Yeah, no.
It's intriguing. I think we need like Konami to officially comment on this.
Well, I mean, it's just one game, but like, it's still. I feel like I showed the card to show that, hey, I added this specific card, so you know I'm not cheating. This is the card I'm adding to my hand. That's it. Put it away. Added the other card, so you know I'm not cheating. Put it away. That's it. Once it's in my hand, I don't feel like I am obligated to tell my opponent what the card does.
Nah, because at that point it's private information. It's back in the hand.
But they were arguing with me, and then they got the judge over here, which I don't, quote unquote, judge. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time you fucking looked at the rules? This is like November of 2020. Yeah. Like, that's when these rules were in effect. So I don't know. It's frustrating, if anything.
You still gonna go to Locals?
I'm not sure if I'm gonna go this week or sorry, next week technically, because I have things I have to do. Okay. So we'll see what happens. But I did end up, like I said, ended up going third place. I lost to that first guy, and I think it's just because I was in the wrong headspace. And then I clapped the second guy I played against, and then the third guy, I went 2-1 against him. So
well, that's good. That's good. You had a good night then.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get anything nice, like booster packs or anything?
I got $7.50 in store credit.
Nice. Yeah. What is $7.50 going to get you? Like, I guess 2 booster packs and a
give or take 2 booster packs. Maybe
How
a little
much is
less.
A booster pack these days?
Depends on the booster pack. Some go for like $3, some go for $5. So it's just dependent on the booster pack.
Fair enough. What did first place get?
Like, I think $25 in trade credit.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still useful to keep on hand, particularly if it's a single you want.
Yeah. So, but either way, that's how it was. I got third place with MathMech, and I had fun. I had a good time. But yeah, I just feel like that was put a sour taste in my mouth because of just what happened. And I don't know, maybe I could have handled it better. But man, I was heated. I was spicy.
A spicy boy. Nah. So you were right, but you were not polite about it. And the judge clearly also wasn't in tune with it, and I'm guessing there's also you mentioned there was outside interference as well. Someone was trying to argue they went to YCS and that wasn't a rule there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, this might be one of those things I think in the future to keep the rules on hand for you, just to be like, hey, just in case. Just give a tab on your phone. And be like, hey, you can read right here. Like, this is the rules. Konami's website.
I think it needs to be addressed for sure. But man, I was a little, I don't know. I'd like a clear answer. I feel like I did the minimum, and that was show the card I revealed or added to hand. I revealed the card I added to hand just to show I was adding the correct card. Yeah,
showing that you weren't being a cheeky shit.
Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. It was all right.
It's okay. Flyer, rule it. Asshole or no asshole?
I don't know. I don't give a shit about card games.
The most honest Flyer answer you're gonna get today. That said, Flyer, do you give a shit about films?
About what?
Films.
I think he's trying to say films.
You mean the moving picturino?
The moving picturinos, yes.
What about them?
Well, do you give a shit about them?
Well, it depends. In what context?
Going to go see them.
No.
Oh. Well, I do. And I got to recently experience something which made me very, very, very happy.
What was that?
So, I've known about this place for a couple of years now, and then the wife really found out about this place a lot more a few years ago, because I think it came up on her radar for some reason. But TLDR, I recently got to go to a very, very famous drive-in movie theater that's about an hour or so away from me, called the Mahoning.
Oh, this thing.
Yeah, anyone who's familiar with Cinemassacre may have seen a video on the Mahoning. But it's a drive-in theater that plays almost exclusively 35mm and it is, I think, the largest CinemaScope screen on the East Coast. And they pretty much, because they play 35, pretty much exclusively play like retro or classic films. So I got to go see Blade Runner on the big screen from the comfort of the back of my car with the wife, and you know, it was wonderful. Would recommend to anybody. Like, I was having this conversation actually with the wife. What was the first film you guys saw in the cinema? Just to kind of get a reference here.
The first film I can remember seeing at the movie theater.
Yeah. And how old were you?
The first film I can genuinely remember seeing in a movie theater, I think, was Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Okay, good example.
And for reference, that movie came out. When did that film come out? 1996. Okay. So I would have been at least 3.
Yeah. Now,
let me see.
With the visual language of that film, now what do you specifically remember?
Before rewatching it, or just the first time, the only thing I remember from the first time watching it as a kid was the scene where Quasimodo is singing Out There.
Yeah.
That is the one thing I remember, like, because I remember the way that it was animated when he was sliding down the water and it was like the water spraying out, and like the way it kind of was like cinematic going around him. I remember that was a very well animated scene. I say that being 3 years old, I don't know shit about animation, but as an adult looking back at it, yes, that's what I remember.
So have you ever noticed, like, watching it back on DVD, like maybe the colors aren't quite as good, or the animation's not quite as sharp as you remember it being, or anything kind of like that?
No, because I haven't watched Hunchback of Notre Dame in like 20 years.
Okay, well, never mind. I was going to use that as a good example. But, like, so the appeal of watching these things on film, right? A lot of these things were intentionally made with celluloid in mind. So they were made with that. And you get, like, this stuff on 35 or 70. And when you put it on a screen, it's 1-to-1. It looks phenomenal. Like, the first film I saw in the cinema, I was 6. I got taken to a friend's birthday party. And we watched The Mask of Zorro, starring Antonio Banderas.
God, I remember that film too.
So the film sucks, for the record. The film really fucking blows. But I got to go see that, and the thing I remember from that film, besides the questionable plot, and Catherine Zeta-Jones being like mostly like naked with her, was a great scene, right, where a camera kind of pans over a giant, basically floor filled with flowers. Now they're arranged in like a pattern, like in like a courtyard, right? And I just remember the colors of the whole thing popping off and it looking really good. For some reason that stuck in my mind, right? A couple of years, like years and years passed, and finally get to watch it again. I watched it on TV, got to that same scene with the flowers, to have that memory coming back of how good it looked in the cinema, and then it didn't look right to me. And this is how Adam the film snob came to be. Adam has a bachelor's in film, for anyone wondering, and this is why Adam the film snob exists. And then years later, I watch it again. I think I picked it up on DVD or Blu-ray or something. I'm like, oh, it looks good, but it's not the same. It wasn't until I was wrapping up my A levels, and the Odeon near me. Odeon is a cinema chain in the UK, right? Was doing some special retro showings. And they were playing old celluloid, and they played Jurassic Park. And I was like, it's like one of my favorite films of all time. I'm gonna go see Jurassic Park because fuck you, I have a little bit of disposable income at this point in my life. So I go and watch Jurassic Park on the big screen, and it dawned on me, like, particularly as I'm watching the scene where Grant and the 2 kids are out in the field and they're watching the herbivores like just dodge and dive around. He's like, look how they move, it's like birds. And I'm looking at the colors of the grass and the colors of the trees in the background, and it hits me. Yeah, this looks this good because it's on fucking celluloid, dipshit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and like, it's those films at the time were made for that, Yeah. Like, this is before. Well, I can't say before VHS, because VHS and like Betamax and Laserdisc were around for a long time when those films were coming out. But like, that's what those, when they were making movies before, like I would say what the 70s maybe. I mean,
well, they've been using celluloid for longer than that. Like celluloid's been a thing since the fucking 30. That's how original films were made, black and white celluloid.
But what I'm saying is like those films were made for theaters, not for DVD, not for VHS, not to watch at home. They're made to watch on bigger screens, you know. So of course they're going to look better on what they're supposed to be presented on.
That's kind of it. You're not wrong, because technically VHS is also celluloid, right?
Mm.
So the thing is, and the reason why it hit me, and I'm not going to bore everyone to death, right? But when these things are shot, they're usually shot on 70mm, or they used to be shot on 70mm. Everything's digital nowadays, right?
Right.
So everything's shot, and the way celluloid works, again, we're going to give a very basic, boring, I'm not going to bore everyone to death with it because I'll be here for an hour and a half. Effectively, it exposes very harsh light to the film, which then burns in the image of what it's currently being focused on through some kind of usually mirror or like reflective lens, right? And as a result of that, you get very true to life, very detailed colors. So technically VHS theoretically could be blown up, but it's not going to quite, do the same, particularly going through your old VHS player head. Sorry about that. But like, when you put it back through these old projectors or these celluloid projectors, it's going through the same kind of process that basically burned it on there in the first place, just sort of in reverse. And also nowhere near as strong. Again, very lazy, very like everyman explanation what happened there. So
it gets the job done.
Yeah, I love Blade Runner, and we saw this place was doing a special one night only screening of Blade Runner, and I gotta tell you, it was phenomenal. I had to take some pictures, like in the final act during the scene on the rooftop where Roy Batty is just doing the infamous monologue. All those moments in time will be lost like tears in the rain. It fucking popped. Like, it was unbelievable to look at. And I'm thinking to myself, I've only seen this thing myself through Blu-ray or DVD, because obviously I've never been in the theatre to see that thing, because the film came out like 40 years ago, and I was like, fuck, dude, fuck. Now, like, I had a bucket list of like retro films I want to see in the theatre, and I just added like 10 more after that, because Jesus wept, my dude, like, I saw they're doing a whole bunch of random horror films coming out. There's a Godzilla-thon going. I'm like, I've got to go to more of this shit.
I would like to go see. There's some films I would really like to see in a theater setting, to watch how they were originally produced. Like, one of my favorite films of all time is like the Back to the Future trilogy. Like, those are some of my favorite films, and I would love to see those in theaters, because I've never got to see them like on the big screen. I've only ever got to see them on like my TV as a kid. So, like, I don't know what that looks like in a theater.
They've done that there before. Like, they'll do, like, double and triple bills sometimes. I think they usually double, triple on Friday and Saturdays and a single on Sunday and Tuesdays. But, like, yeah, they do. If you're visiting and they're doing Back to the Future, we're taking it was only, like, $8 per person to get in, by the way.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was like, it's $10 most nights, $8 on single nights, right?
Well, okay, so that's another thing. The pricing of the theaters, that's how much, like, I spent to go watch the Mario movie. I spent, like, $8 on me, $8 on Ale, and I think, like, $12 on, like, popcorn and a drink.
Wait, where the hell did you go? Because for me and wife to go see a Mario movie, it was, like, $30 for the fucking tickets.
I went to Cinemark.
What, is Cinemark like a Texas thing, or?
It might be a Texas chain. I don't know.
It sounds like he also went on, like, a matinee night or something.
No, I went, like, Wednesday, like the day the movie came out, like that afternoon, or no, that around noon, the first showing.
Would that not be a matinee showing?
Is that considered matinee? I don't know. Movie.
Because I mean, we just like, yeah, a matinee showing's a daytime showing, Devon. Like we went on like a Thursday night to try and avoid kids, which is actually kind of how the conversation about going to a drive-in started, because we went there to avoid kids, because like kids ruin films, and particularly it's a kids film, so you're gonna have to kind of be tactical to get around them. And we get there's like a toddler screaming in the thing. It was 8 o'clock showing on a Thursday. Like, I figured I'd avoid the school kids because they got to be in bed. and someone brings their screaming toddler in. I'm like, what the fuck? Who the hell's bringing their toddler in? And yeah, no, like, ugh. And wife said, you know what? I've never had a theater experience that I've been able to properly enjoy because something's always gone wrong. And Shelby, our friend, shout out to Shelby, she has young children, took her kids to go see it at a drive-in near her in Oklahoma. And I was like, that's a really fucking good idea. And then the homing conversation happened again. We saw they were playing Blade Runner, and finally, wife had a film, like a theater experience she was able to enjoy.
That's good. I'm glad she enjoyed it.
Yeah. But like, it wasn't expensive to get in there. It was $8 per person to get in. The food was super reasonably priced. I think it was like a $4 cheeseburger, $4 hot dog. I think we spent a fair bit on food because.
Is this what the kids call scran?
Definitely scran. 100% scran. Devon, it was $2 sodas. Yeah, like, beat that at your fucking Odeon, my dude. Beat that at the AMC down the fucking street. Jesus Christ. But like, yeah, it was. We definitely spent a lot on food because we hadn't really eaten like lunchtime. We kind of skipped lunch, because it was Mother's Day and everything. So we ended up like kind of skipping lunch, coming back, and I think we got a chicken finger thing to split. Liz got got a hot dog. I got a burger, a couple of drinks, and what else the hell did we get? Oh, a poster. Yeah, we bought a poster because they got a thing with like a screen printing company. Mm-hmm. Who like posting to each other. I think the whole thing was like $32, including our poster, and we also bought a fridge magnet.
That's not bad. I have not been to a drive-in theater since gosh, when did Bruce Almighty come out? 2003?
About then, yeah.
That's the last movie I saw in a drive-in theater. It was Bruce Almighty. It was a double feature of that really shitty Hulk film and Bruce Almighty.
See, that's the thing though. Like, drive-in theaters are very, very American. Like, it's like you like when you grow up and you like watch stuff like 1950. Adam's gonna have a not growing up here moment. Okay. When you watch like stuff like set in like 50s and 60s America, which is a fair bit of it out there, they're like talking about going to the drive-in. There's a lot of films with scenes at drive-in theaters, and like they just don't really exist much anymore apparently, which surprises me because I figured they'd be great for people with kids, and also during COVID.
Well, they saw a resurgence really because of COVID for sure.
Yeah. Apparently, there's like 300 or so left in the country still operating, and most of them are in like Oklahoma and like kind of those border states like that, which makes sense, you know.
Yeah, no, I know the one in Oklahoma has been there a long time, longer than I've been alive. Yeah. So,
yeah, because the one I went to, the Mahoming, has been active since 1940 something.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's been continuing running since 1949. Apparently. So there's actually a documentary that we were watching about the place, because apparently it did used to show like modern films, and they kind of got annoyed and had to be forced to buy a digital projector, and they said fuck that. They didn't want to spend $60,000 and start playing retro stuff, and it took off because why wouldn't it? Hey Devon, they're gonna go play. They're playing Airplane on the 4th of July. Do you wanna go watch Airplane?
Fuck, I would totally watch Airplane.
Right?
That's right. I fucking love those films, man. Just
like they get some newer stuff in as well. Like they're doing a special screening of The Room, for God's sake.
I would watch. I've seen The Room in theaters. That was a fun time. It's fun to watch it in theaters.
And he'd do it again at a drive-through with everyone in fucking deck chairs cackling along.
I would, and I would bring everything necessary. Like there's audience participation with The Room. I will bring the spoons, my friend. I will bring them. My God.
I saw as well, like they do a lot of zombie stuff. They do like a Zombie Fest series. If you're visiting and they're doing Dawn of the Dead,
bro,
how fucking down are you?
I'm so down, dude. Here's the thing: yeah. There are 3 movies that I would love to watch at a drive-in with my friends, and they are. And I'm not going to make everyone watch The Room. We've already done that. I wouldn't make you guys go through that again. But it's for sure any of the Back to the Future films.
That could be fun.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then I have had a brain fart and I forgot the 3rd film.
I mean, for me, I think Dawn of the Dead sounds like a great time.
That's it, Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, I was going to say, because you said it already, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Actually, I watch all of the Dead films: The Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and
Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead. Yeah.
And then of course you got Land of the Dead as well for the final. Well, technically there's more post that, but
yeah. But I mean, I just watched the three that I liked. You know,
we never actually watched Land of the Dead together, have we?
We watched the original one.
We watched Dawn of the Dead. I showed you Day of the Dead first.
Yeah, you showed me Day of the Dead.
We started there.
And then you showed me Dawn of the Dead. And then we watched...
the one you really liked.
Yeah. And then we watched...
Night of the Living Dead.
Which one. Night of the Living Dead, that's the one... what's the one that takes place in the military compound?
That's Day of the Dead.
Yeah, we watched Day of the Dead. Yeah. So we watched... So we basically watched the old one, the black and white one. We watched the one in the mall. And we watched the one at the military complex. Those are the three we watched.
Yep. And then I love Land of the Dead. Land of the Dead we haven't watched yet. It's set like 5-10 years like after the initial outbreak. TLDR, like a group basically has made like a safe haven for the rich in what it was Pittsburgh. Hilarity ensues.
Shit.
By hilarity I mean zombies.
Yeah.
We should watch it. You'd probably enjoy it. It's a good little kind of end cap to that. It's not as good as the other ones, but it's also a George Romero film, so like even if it's not as good as his other work, it's still pretty fucking good.
Yeah. I have a fond appreciation of those films, and it's strictly because you and Ale got me to like them, mainly because playing through Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 Classic, I see where they got a lot of inspiration from those films, like specifically with Dawn of the Dead, where, you know, the hands are breaking through the walls and stuff, they're grabbing people. Like, they do that in Resident Evil 2. I'm just like, that's a really great callback to that. And it's very good. You know, I really enjoy it. And so I really like those films. I'm not really into horror, but I like those. Those are like classic and they're good. They go at the right pace. There's not much like jump scares or shock value. Like, you know why things are tense, because at any point, if you fuck up during this, you're going to die.
Yeah. And like the great thing about them as well is that like they are innately human, and frustratingly, old George got kind of the attitude people were going to have right during COVID. People are selfish bastards, and that's that's the downfall of civilization in the of the Dead films. And fucking hell, people weren't selfish bastards during COVID.
Yeah.
Still fucking are being about it, but whatever. But yeah, no, like I would fucking if they do that on a drive, and we're going. We're going. I don't care. You're flying up here. We're going.
Oh, for sure.
They are doing a zombie fest. And they are doing Day of the Dead as part of it, but it's like a quadruple bill. I think it's like next weekend.
I can't make it that soon.
I can't make it. However, they got the guy who played. Remember the zombie they basically trained, Bub?
Yeah.
The guy who played Bub is going to be there.
Really?
In person. Okay,
I like that. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, apparently they get like people to like do cameos. So for that room screening they're doing, the guy who wrote, I don't know his name off the top of my head, the one who was in it who wrote The Disaster Artist,
Greg Sestero.
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
Wow, I kind of want to go to that actually.
Yeah, he's gonna be there. I know
I would get him to sign our copy of The Room, actually, if I could. I think we have... I'm not sure if we have the book, The Disaster Artist. I think Ali's brother has that book. I read it on my phone.
Like, they've also... there's also some other, like, random events there. Like, they're doing, like, a classic toy market one day. Like, they're doing the toy market during the day in the field, and then once it goes dark, the toy market ends, and they're watching Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, my God.
But besides Pee-wee Big Adventure being played, the big thing is they've got like the motorbike from the film. It's like a prop you can pose with and like pay to take a picture with or whatever, which is kind of cool. But yeah, no, like they've had. I was looking at the history of the place. But they've had like a ton of different like celebrities either make video calls in and be put on the screen, or they've had like just people be there. Like apparently, rest in peace, George Romero did make a few appearances there over the years.
That's really cool.
They're doing a Tromathon soon with Lloyd Kaufman's going to be in person doing guest appearances. Bruce Campbell's like been there. He's like, dude, I'm just happy because this place tickles my like film geek bone like just the right way, you know. And I'm looking at it and I'm just like, my family's going to be out here soon because they're planning on doing 2 trips this year. They want to do a summer trip and they want to come out for Thanksgiving because Mum wants to do Thanksgiving, and also I think a little bit she wants to do the Black Friday shopping, right? And like I have found this, it's so uniquely American, because you'd never see it like in Europe. You never fucking see it, right? But it's such a good fucking idea. And I'm realizing I think the only place in the world you really could do this and do it successfully is the US, and that's just because in
the
large
US has
parts
big enough size too.
Well, it's not the size that's the problem. Like, you can easily like set this sort of screen up in like Dorset or Somerset or Cornwall in England, you know, right? The problem is the consistency of weather. Because the big thing with a country this big is when a weather pattern moves, you know, it just gets on with its through. And also, you're not next to any major depressions. Like, we often joke about the UK and England, you know, having 100 days of rain a year, and that's not a joke, it's just fact, right? But a lot of it is that we literally live next to a depression with shit coming off the Atlantic all the time, so you get these really
well, yeah, of course you live next to a depression. You live next to France. I'd be pretty depressed if I lived next to France.
He took the joke before I could make it. God damn it, Flyer.
Tish. But yeah, it only really works in the country of the States because you have these large swathes there where you could easily just put that sort of thing, but you have consistent weather.
Well, and like I would say it's also that, and the fact that the US has like big car culture too.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and you look at the cars people were pulling up, and some people were really like, when we went to Blade Runner, some people definitely were like pulling up like the family sedan or like an SUV or like, and there was like some people who really took the driving seriously. There was a guy like a few cars down from us with like a 1950 something. Just he clearly was there to enjoy the fact that he was going to a driving movie, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it was fucking great. And like, I'm itching to go back there, and like me and the wife have been going through like some of the upcoming events and seeing, hey, is there anything earmarked off we want to go to that we can go to? But we want to take my family out when they come out here. Like I said, the 4th of July they're playing Airplane, so I'm debating that one. The Sunday is also the end of Godzillathon, and they're playing Destroy All Monsters, which could just be phenomenal to see on a drive-in screen.
I'm curious, like 4th of July, I wonder if they would play a movie like Independence Day, because that would be funny to watch in a drive-in.
I think so. What it is the 4th of July for the first time in forever has fallen on a Tuesday. So I think what they're doing is they're just gonna play like a crowd pleaser. Their opening night every single year is always Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory double billed with The Wizard of Oz. So I think they're doing a crowd pleaser. I also think they know they're probably gonna get like, you know, a bit more of a party crowd going on. So I think Airplane makes sense for that. The other option I'd also think would be maybe National Lampoon's Summer Vacation. I think that'd be a good one for the 4th of July. I won't be surprised they have done Independence Day, but also I feel like everybody and their mother's gonna want that reel, you know?
Adam, I just remembered the other film. It was not just the Dawn of the Dead stuff, because you had said that already, and that was something I already I just remembered it because you said Airplane. I was like, oh yeah, Airplane, that's a good movie. That's a funny comedy movie. Oh shit, wait, there's a comedy movie I want to go see. Fucking Blazing Saddles.
Oh my god, yes. Just anything. Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, History of the World Part 1, all of the Mel Brooks, please and thank you.
Like,
have the man video call in. Mahoning, make it happen.
I would so be down to watch those films with you guys, because it's just like, first and foremost, if you know me, you already know that I love Mel Brooks films. Like, I love Men in Tights. I love History of the World. I love Blazing Saddles. I want to see silent film. That's one I haven't seen yet. I love Spaceballs. I mean, like, those are like some of my favorite films of all time. Like, I still quote Spaceballs. Not Spaceballs. What was it? I quote like Men in Tights pretty infrequently.
You do the Blazing Saddles bit all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, you know. Yeah. The fucking, morons. That one all the time. I'll do the moron bit all the time. I'll do the where are the white women at all the time. I'll do the God. What's the other one? It's just so many. There's so many. Like, and Flyer and I have talked about this before, about how literally like the bit where he delivers the candygram to Mongo and it blows up in Mongo's face. It's just a fucking Looney Tunes bit.
Well, no, that's because it literally is a Looney Tunes bit, because it's a fucking Warner Brothers production and they own that.
Yeah.
So they could get away with doing a literal shot-for-shot Looney Tunes bit.
Yeah, and then like the scene where like They set up the toll booth in the middle of nowhere, and
Someone's got to go back and get a shitload of times.
Yeah, like that's like one of my favorite scenes too, because that is also some Looney Tunes shit as well. Because like for a fact you can see Bugs Bunny just like standing at the toll in the middle of fucking nowhere taking tolls. Like sorry pal, we're cash only. It's just people try to. It's just like. Oh my god.
There, Haggard. It's just a man and a horse being hung.
See, my favorite Mel Brooks bit though is not from Blazing Saddles. It's from Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Which
and it's
one?
Fucking. Oh my god! It's the fucking. Is she alive?
Yeah, this is a good one.
Nosferatu. She's Italian. It just kills me. That's fucking kills me.
I like the one from Young Frankenstein where he's like, we can do something about that hump. What hump?
God, I'll get their bags. I'm all right. You get the blonde. I'll take the brunette. Just whatever they paid the guy playing Igor, they should have doubled it.
Oh yeah, for sure. He makes that movie. Oh
my god, the fucking tap dancing at the end where they got him fucking around and all of a sudden just sing. Oh!
God, it's so good. It's so good. Those are such great films. And I, again, 100%, 130%, 140% would watch that at a drive-in theater with you guys. Like, because that's just I got to. I'm sorry.
They are taking suggestions, by the way, for the second half of the season, so I might cheekily put one in.
If you just put Mel Brooks films, I will be there.
We'll work it out. Devon's like, fuck it. Okay, we're flying up. Working it out. All right, I'm going to sell a kidney here.
I'll fly up for a weekend. We can record a battle between Pokemon Crystal and Gold while we're at it.
Oh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. See how Puddles does.
How does Puddles handle against Charos?
Fucking Puddles.
For anyone,
God Quagsire.
Yeah, for anyone who's not caught up on the lore, Puddles is the name of the Quagsire that literally carried Adam's last part of the Pokemon Gold playthrough he did for a review.
It wasn't just the last part. It basically carried me through the entire Elite Four as well. It just went, okay, and just earthquaked and surfed every motherfucker in its path until they couldn't stand anymore.
I mean, it's a good Pokemon. It's slow as hell, but you know what? That's fine. It's got big damage, especially in Gen 2 before the physical special split. I mean, it's like... Let me look.
It's got decent defense stats too as well, so it just kind of goes, okay, die.
Let's take a look.
You hit me. Shame. Now you have to fucking repent for your sins.
Here we go. Quagsire in Gen 2 had 85 attack, 65 special attack, 65 special defense, and 85 defense, 35 speed, and 95 HP. So, not great, but not terrible either.
Yeah, the 95 HP is nice because that's a good blob there. Combine that with a decent physical defense, you can take a little bit of beating before you go die.
Well, that, and also it learns amnesia normally. So you just be like, amnesia, buff my special defense. All right, I'll live through everything now.
Basically how it went.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize this, but I went back after a while because I was like, okay, why the hell is this Quagsire just ruining everybody's day? I put it through an IV calculator. I just went back to the footage where I caught the Wooper. I put it through an IV calculator. I think I told Devon this. It had it's just Gen 2 IVs. They're a bit messy, but it had perfect HP and perfect attack. It was literally just from the get-go designed to be an absolute motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then I gave it the quick claw. So it was just 1 in 5 chance I'm going to kill you first.
Yeah. And then there's a lore for my channel where basically, if you've seen any of my streams, I have a funny picture of a Tauros wearing Char's glasses. Thanks, Flyer. Yes. And I basically earthquaked, hyper beamed, and thunderbolted my way to victory through Pokemon Stadium 1, the nightmare gauntlet that is the Elite Four castle, or the gym leader castle. And I that Charos fucking whipped ass. And I was just I was so shocked, and it has become one of my favorite Pokemon, and also somehow led me into the spiral that was me becoming a Gundam fan.
Like I say, that thing has just went, okay, die. Hyper Beam? Yeah, okay.
Hope you like Earthquake, motherfucker. Ga-da-da-da-da-da. Stab Hyper Beam on Tauros in Gen 1 is terrifying. Let's just leave it at that.
Maybe this battle shouldn't happen. Do you think the cartridge can contain this, or we're going to get some like Dragon Ball Z type shit?
I want to see it. I need it. But yeah, that I would totally be down for something like that. That'd be fun. I swear, Flyer will just like he made that one picture, and now for reference, my last like 3 profile pictures on Discord have like been Quattro. And everyone in Discord, like most everyone in the Discord has like a profile picture with sunglasses on.
It's been a running gag for a while.
Yeah, I'm ruined. I've been ruined.
Fucking I think mine's still the Ken Penders Sonic. Yeah, it's still the Ken Penders. Well, it's not Sonic. It's the Scourge. Is that the character?
I think it's actually Sonic.
Fucking.
We don't talk about him.
Hellhog.
We don't talk about
the
Sonic?
Hellhog from Illbleed.
No.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think it.
Speaking of Pokemon though, oh my god, do you reckon they could do a triple bill of Pokemon, the first, second, and third film on the drive-through?
Did they?
I mean, could they?
Did that come out in third?
Yeah, that would have been right. That would have been right at the time that it had been transitioning from celluloid to digital for the third one. But yeah, no, that would be in that time period. They probably exist in 35. I'm surprised what exists on celluloid.
Well, because like the first Sonic film was like, or Sonic. Why I say Sonic? Wow, the first Pokemon film was like 99, right? Mewtwo Strikes Back.
99, around that time. Yeah, and then the second one was 2000, but there's still like you can still get like the Disney animated stuff from that period on celluloid. So I'm thinking like Mulan, for example, is an infamous one that never quite looked as good as it did on celluloid.
Well, like I had Pokemon in the first movie on VHS, so
yeah. I'm not sure what the third one exists on celluloid or not, but I'm pretty sure those first 3 probably do. Just gotta be like, hey, Mahoning, Pokemon night, please and thank you. Pack the place full of like weird millennials.
Weird white
like it wasn't
kids.
already
Pokemon Go.
Like it wasn't already filled with weird millennials already. Like that night was definitely like our age group. Oh dear. But yeah, that's been me recently. Like I don't know. Just enjoying my life right now.
You know what we also did recently, Adam, is we got to try out the Street Fighter 6 beta.
Oh yeah, we did that last night.
Oh yeah, connection error detected 6.
Didn't have that issue.
Yeah, we didn't have any issues at all last night.
Yeah, like I was. Now keep in mind, I was inebriated last night, so I remember patches of it. But the game felt really fucking nice to play.
Yeah, it was really fun. Me and Adam went a few rounds. I was playing Jamie, and he was playing Kin and Chun-Li.
Mm-hmm.
And
my real complaint is the modern controls are a fucking horrible disease upon humanity, but you can switch those off.
Yeah, you don't have to play those. You control the buttons you press, my friend.
Yes.
For now.
For now. But you know, it was fun. It was a good time. I learned a lot playing it, and stepping away and practicing for a bit and then coming back at it. It was basically Adam was like, it's like playing a different character now. I'm just like, yeah.
Ken's command dash I want to really experiment with if I can.
Yeah,
that was fun.
It's really good. It's really fluid, and I highly recommend it to anybody that like enjoys playing fighting games. The rollback worked wonders. Honestly, I think we had like 1 frame of delay. It felt clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't feel any lag at all, and I was playing on like not the best Wi-Fi.
But to say, I think our ping between us was 81 milliseconds, but it was still pretty playable.
Yeah, it was really good. The rollback was not bad at all. It helped out a lot, so I had a good time with it. There were some weird moments, a couple of hiccups where Adam would low kick me, and then my character would fly up in the air. I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? How does that work?
That's a rollback issue, yeah, but it'll fix itself.
Yeah, but all in all, it was pretty good. I really look forward to the full release. I'm probably not gonna buy it anytime soon. because I still have not just the Mega Man Battle Network collection to get through. There's also Tears of the Kingdom, because I'll be playing that after my wife. And then I've got Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 to play through. I'll be busy for a while. I don't think I'll be able to play it for a bit.
I'll probably pick it up on launch. I think it launches the next time I get paid. So I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna nab it on PC for sure, because I ain't paying no extra PlayStation Plus bullshit to play online.
Sorry, speaking of PlayStation, that just reminded me of fucking and Tears of the Kingdom, so fucking reminded me of the GameStop.
Tell us about your GameStop experience, Adam.
So for the wife of Valentine's Day, I pre-ordered and paid off a copy of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom for her. Right? Originally tried to go in to get the collector's edition. Didn't have any. The guy tried lying, saying, "Oh yeah, no, it's just $70 because it's the price of it, $70." I'm like, I know it's $70 to the regular. I was asking if any collectors left the pre-order. Whatever. Night of, we get there, and like I've been in and out there a few times, and the same guy who works there just drives me up a fucking wall. One of those kind of GameStop employees who upsells the fuck out of everything and will not take no for an answer once. You have to tell him no like 4 or 5 times. So he just fucking lays it off, right? And so they did a midnight launch of Breath of the Wild, and you had to walk in earlier in the day to do final checkout ahead of the midnight launch, right? Fine, whatever. Go there, do it. The guy is like giving me spiel about why I should buy the gameplay guarantee, because it's normally $4, but for Nintendo fans tonight it's only $2. That's a fucking lie. It's always $2. I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll take it because I understand. But yeah, I'll be honest, I always typically get it 'cause it's $2, you know, just to be safe. Peace of mind, physical media and all that. But then he like really tries like forcing me into pre-ordering a bunch of games I don't want or care about, and he starts going about Street Fighter 6, and he's like, yeah, do you have a PlayStation? And I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, it's a beta for PlayStation at the end of the month, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's on Steam as well. And he's like, no, I think it's only on PlayStation. We should get you a PlayStation 5. And I'm like, pretty sure it's on Steam as well. Which it was.
At first, it was PlayStation only, and then it extended to PC.
Yeah, I think only the demo was PlayStation only.
Yeah.
Because the beta's been cross-platform.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, so I get the fuck out of here. Because this guy already annoys me, because he tried giving me shtick before when I picked up a copy of Resident 4 remake for the wife as well. And like I said, I picked up the PlayStation 4 copy, because we don't own a PS5, and I'll be honest, it's not on the to-do list, right? He's like, let's get you a PS5, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm good. This is not for me. This is for wife. And he goes, well, what about for you? And I'm like, well, I have a PC with not to flex, but I have a 3070 Ti. And he fucking like run his finger down his face like a tear. And I'm like, get the fuck over it, dude. Fuck off. I'm here to pick this up. And like when I did the pre-order, I spent like over $100 fucking bucks. I got the game. I also picked up the amiibo, you know? And he annoyed the piss out of me. Sorry. And then come night of, right? They're not letting anybody in the store for some reason. It's fucking cold, and there's a pregnant woman who finally bangs on the door to get people let in. And then everyone who comes in finally, he's just making sure, hey, bud, have you got your final checkout receipt? Yes. You got your final checkout receipt? Yes. And then a woman walks in and goes, hey, hon, have you got your final checkout receipt? And the look she gave him like she could have fucking killed somebody. And I was like, I'm realizing this is just indicative of the kind of person who sadly succeeds in those kind of retail hierarchies. But my God, what a cunt. God, fucking hell. And then it turns out on the night of, they actually had a couple of extra collector's editions, so I was able to actually get one, but I don't want to go back to GameStop again, dude.
I don't want to give GameStop my money ever again if I can help it, because after what happened with Resident Evil 4...
Yeah, and they let the staff kind of deal with it, which was shitty of corporate. Yeah,
like after that, I was done, man. I had checked out, and like I paid off the amiibo, and I'm like, I'm never, because I got the amiibo for Tears of the Kingdom, and I am never going back to a GameStop again. They can suck like my ass.
Because that Resident 4 situation was so fucked up, because they had people they were able to pre-order it, pay it off, and then they rug pulled it, and then basically went sorry and let the staff at the stores kind of take the brunt of it. And I'm like, that was so shitty of you. That was entirely shitty of you.
I paid it off on my birthday. And I was told on my birthday
On his birthday.
On my birthday.
On his birthday.
On the day of my birth.
The day he entered this world.
30 years ago.
30 years ago.
9 months after his parents raw dogged it.
Yep.
Oh. They told me that they were canceling my pre-order, and I was like, "Are
on
you
his birthday?
On my birthday? I was like, are you
He's
fucking
just a
kidding
little guy,
me?
and it was his birthday.
It literally was."
It's fucked
I
up.
was so mad, dude. I mean, clearly, I still am mad. I got cheated out of the collector's edition of Resident Evil 4. And I can't even fucking play it because my PlayStation 5 controller is still drifting. So,
God.
Taking donations for either a PC copy of Resident Evil 4 or a new PlayStation 5 controller, whichever one comes first, I don't care.
I have it on PC. I will be playing it once the new video is done and out. That's what I'm telling myself.
Get the new video done and out and play it already, you fucking dillweed.
Hey, script's almost done. Gonna shoot this week, edit it, and get the fuck out of my life.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Why aren't you scripting right now? Why aren't you editing right now?
Because we're recording a podcast right now.
Dude, who cares?
I can't multitask. I got a penis. I can't multitask.
Oh,
what does that fucking mean?
Can you multitask, Flyer?
No, but I have ADD. I need high-grade industrial strength meth if I want to focus on anything. What's your fucking excuse?
I also have ADD. I'm just learning how to live
don't.
with it. I really do. It's really fucking bad, actually.
I
You
have
don't even know how to serve
undiagnosed.
cunt in a king serving way.
Oh my god. I'm just like the problem is I use the manic energy. The problem is I genuinely need the manic energy to operate. I have tried things in the past to help stop like the manic flicking between things and getting things done, right? I don't know how to function without it. It just switched off. I'm like, silence. What the fuck?
I was gonna say I have undiagnosed like mental health problems, and ADD, ADHD is probably one of them. But then, like Flyer, you're saying serving cunt, and my brain was like, I looked at Quattro, and my brain was like, how do you serve cunt in a space genocidal way?
Wait,
Quattro
you've seen
Vegeta.
the video. Don't make me post the Gundam spin one again. You know.
So you've seen Gundam Wing. You've seen fucking Trace Kutranada. The ultimate. Oh no, he's hot.
You've
That
seen
man's
Quattro
serving cunt.
Vegeta, maybe more. Imagine.
Yeah, but Bright.
Yeah, but what?
God.
Sure, reasonable.
Quattro Vegeta, maybe more.
Okay, thanks, Bright.
Imagine.
Thanks, Bright.
Jesus Christ. That chick has 8 pussies.
God.
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
7 Vaganyas.
Oh my god.
Why is that like one of my favorite shit posts of all time? It's just a poorly drawn Little Mermaid comic.
I think my favorite one is the scene that happens right after that, where he's talking about fucking like Charmander or whatever.
Hey, Flareon.
Flareon's the only fire Pokemon that can't learn Fire Blast, and then fucking Ariel's just going like,
Flare
man,
Blitz.
I can't not fuck him.
Yeah. He's like, as of Gen 7, Flareon is the only fully evolved fire Pokemon that can't learn the move Flare Blitz. And it's just like, well, I can't not fuck him. And he's like blowing his really bad fucking flute right in her face.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry if you haven't read that.
What's the story behind that comic?
What's the
What
story?
is the story behind that comic? Yeah.
I don't know. Someone wanted to draw a really shitty comic version of The Little Mermaid.
Like, is it like a Tales
I
Got
want to
Troll
say
thing,
that
or-
I want to say that the comic was God, what's his name? Neo Cicierga.
God, that
Okay.
fucking track. That man is insane. I love his content.
Yeah, I didn't know it was like a Tails Gets Troll type situation.
No, hold on. Let me. Neo
I love while Flyer is looking that up, I love like the part where it's like Ariel goes to Ursula and she's like trying to like go on land so she can get with Prince Eric, and she's like, how many legs?
It was him, and it was Ariel needs legs.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And she's like, how many legs do humans have? Like 8? 8 sounds right. And she's
Oh my god.
because like the original version of that is just like, you know, we were making fun of it, Quattro Vaginas, but it's just like Grimsby, I don't know about this girl.
It's
like,
8 legs, right? I forgot.
Yeah.
I think it's 8. 8. Yeah, 8.
Grimsby, I don't know about this girl. Look, you like her, right? Yeah, but
This is weird.
Grimsby,
What I do? You like this girl, right?
Yeah.
But Grimsby, she wants your hot prince body.
yeah, but Grimsby,
But what?
she's got 8 legs.
7 Vaganyas. Maybe more.
Okay, thanks, Grimsby.
Imagine.
Thanks, Grimsby. That's that's my favorite part.
And then, like, the very next scene is him going back. He's like, lady, where did you go? And then all the fucking legs are, like, in the sea foam.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, she gave up and returned to the sea.
And he plays this shitty flute again.
Yeah, he does
More
play
I
the shitty flute, but there's also the fuck Sebastian. It's like, well, Ariel, I guess you didn't have a leg to stand on it, and she fucking kills him.
Oddly more accurate to the Brothers Grimm ending, where Errol turns to sea foam.
I don't know if
What
you
do you
guys
mean,
have...
Brothers Grimm? That's Hans Christian Andersen.
Oh, sorry. Where do you think it was Brothers Grimm?
I don't know. But you know the
You gotta
funny thing
also
about
remember that Neil Ciciergo was the dumb asshole who did fucking Harry Potter Puppet Pals.
that was him.
Yeah, that was him.
Snape.
I only know Neil
Yeah, that was
Cicierega
him.
from the fucking like that
Ultimate
music.
Showdown was him.
The fucking
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew Ultimate Showdown was him because like it's literally
Yeah,
the same
Brody
art
Quest
style.
was him.
Oh my god, you're blowing my mind right now. I'm not even kidding. Cause like I know him from like the fucking like the Ghostbusters, like the Bustin' video.
Yeah. No. That's only like the latest thing. Like
That's crazy.
He's
I did
been
not know
around since he's been like he's early Newgrounds.
Holy
That's how I knew
shit!
it was
This is
Newgrounds.
news to me. What the fuck?
He's what else did he do?
Oh my
he
god.
No, he wasn't the guy behind that. I'm just trying to think what he's done. I know he got involved in the Behemoth with like when they started doing like Castle Crash and that sort of thing as well. because, like,
he
such
oh
fucking
fuck, what
money.
else did he do? I think he did Cabinet Man was one of his.
I think so, yeah.
Wonderwall, but like WNDRWLL Wonderwall.
I like the wow wow. That's like one of my favorite ones. My step into the wow wow. When I roll into the wow wow.
Oh yeah, he did do Wonderwall.
Yeah.
Fuck. What the fuck? Man, imagine being that responsible for so many just banger internet classics from over the years.
What do you mean he's a storyboard artist for Gravity Falls, The Owl House, and the reboot of DuckTales?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, this all makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, Disney got that shit on lock.
You gotta also remember that he used to go by fucking Lemon Demon, I think it was.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Lemon Demon because fucking Knife Fight's like one of my favorite songs. I used to play that.
Yeah, no, that's him.
Yeah, I used to fucking listen to Knife Fight while playing as Hazma and Terumi because they use fucking knives.
God,
Oh
you're such a
my
basic bitch.
god. Bro,
How did you forget that Neil Ciciergo was Ultimate Showdown guy? That's literally
because
like
I
his main
didn't
thing
know.
to me.
I just knew it was Lemon Demon. I didn't know he was Lemon Demon.
Yeah,
Or is it Lemon Demon or is it Lehman Demon?
Lemon Demon.
I know, I was joking. Yeah. Speaking of old Newsground stuff, though, like how I know they have they got like a weird like in-site Flash player to keep the old stuff going.
Also, as an aside, it's been 15 years since the Ultimate Showdown.
Oh,
Just in
I don't
case
like.
you need to find out that time is linear.
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
Like a flyer.
Ooh.
Like a flyer. Right
don't
now.
like that. Don't like that. Oh, Camille is trapped in here with me while I'm having a fucking breakdown about Lemon Demon. Fuck me running.
I noticed that Newgrounds cleaned up recently because you can't get to the adult portal without making an account anymore.
Oh, for you, Goblin.
Yeah, I know what you all did there. You all went to the played the porn games on Newgrounds. We all did.
Get out of my office.
Looking at you, Flyer. Uncomfortable silence because Adam's telling the truth. Or is it uncomfortable silence because I've lost
Sorry, I had to step away for a moment to free the cat.
It was a bit. Okay, fair enough.
There you go. I'm putting this in our...
Alright, we got a chat here. Hang on, let's have a quick look at this. Oh my god, it's a Crash Bandicoot-ized version.
Aku,
Crash.
this is weird. What do I
Crash.
do?
You're facing this alien, right?
Yeah, but Aku.
He wants your lush green planet.
Yeah, Aku, but
But what?
4 bosses.
4 more playable races?
Okay, thanks.
Maybe more.
Okay, thanks, Aku Aku.
Imagine.
Jesus Christ.
I would do all of these. I'm sorry. I would honestly, if my content just devolves into me just like voicing over
redubbing comics.
Yeah, if that's what if that's what my career devolves into with Flyers just redubbing fucking shitty internet comics, I'm okay with that. Because like, speaking of shitty internet comics and then those people working on other bigger things, you know the guy who did the Nipples the Enchilada comic?
Yeah, he worked on Sonic Mania.
He worked on the fucking movie.
Yeah, he's official, like, well, not big quotes, official Sonic team, essentially, at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All that tells you is do not give up.
And also make more shit posts, because I guess
very actively shit post. Shit posting is very good for marketing algorithm.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, look at what's his name, Gianni Matro. I forget his full name. The Get Gianni guy on Twitter and YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. Voice actor. Yeah. He shit posts a lot. He dubs memes. He will dub webcomics. Again, shit posts a ton. That man's got work out the ass.
By the way,
know who he is.
We were talking about Nipples the Enchilada. That's Tyson Hesse. Hey, this is his tweet. He was brought in to lead the design on the new movie Sonic.
Oh hell yeah!
And he was the one that redesigned movie Sonic from that gross fucking abomination we had to what we have now.
We don't talk about the with teeth. You know that means that there's a version of the film out there with the original Sonic.
Yes.
And original Tails.
Oh
and
god.
The original Knuckles. I know Knuckles was a sequel, but you know it's possible. We could have gotten some pre-designed documents down. Because let's be real, how fast that industry works these days, they probably had some stuff ready for the sequel, already good to go.
God.
So think about Knuckles with teeth.
No, I don't want to think about that. I hate thinking about that.
Jesus Christ.
But no, it's just like consistently, and it's so fucking annoying because Flyer's right, or whoever said shit posts was like, I forgot already, but like more often than not, somebody's shit posts are going to get more attention than like the stuff that you put actual time and effort into. And I hate it. Like,
I think it also, I hate to say it as well, but a lot of like video content as well. There's a lot of focus on short form video content like TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or whatever. And those definitely reward shit posts. It's, you know, it's in and out type of thing. How deep and meaningful can they really be in 30 seconds? But I can tell you a joke in 30 seconds. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to get a joke across in 30 seconds than it is trying to be like deep and insightful. Because for example, like my most viewed, well, not my most viewed tweet, but one of my most viewed tweets of all time is my fucking "your cock is mine" shit post. You know, where I'm Frederick.
Listen,
Huh?
We have an example of a very big way of saying shit posting has actually led to careers. Johnny.
We really do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
For those unaware in the audience, I'm talking about I can't remember his last name, but his Twitter handle is Get Johnny. And he is the voice of Gabriel in Ultra Kill. And the kind of big quote de facto fan voice of Duke Nukem now that John don't do it no more.
Yeah, Johnny Matragana.
That was it. Yeah,
Johnny
like him, like his entire thing was just shit posting. Who was the other? Luke Carrera, I think was another one.
There's also the
Saldus JJ.
Yeah.
Yep, Saldus JJ, Jet, Wes something.
Prosy D.
Well, Prosy is a great example as well. Yeah, the Wes.
The guys that work on the Bridge series.
Yeah, Wes is the
in
one
a sense, Eagle Raptor himself.
Yeah. What's
Little Karibo does the audio description for the Star Wars films. Too. Yeah.
Voice Quills is one that's coming in that period. You'll see her out and about. Does a lot of shitposty type things and is now getting some serious work coming through as well. It's really fucking just cool
Meanders.
to see,
As much as I don't like her, she was mostly a 4chan shit poster, and now she's a fucking like major component, or was a major component of Visojo.
Yeah,
Visojo, sorry, I should say
I
that.
think she's still the second or biggest Twitch channel in the VTuber space now.
I
Still
don't know.
is, but I think the biggest one is still Iron Mouse, which makes sense. But like, yeah, no.
Oh yeah,
shit
Iron
post
Mouse
away, 'cause
literally
shit-
had that go live for an entire month and a half while I take a nap. Thing.
I mean, she was. I think she
I'm
was bigger
aware. I'm
before then,
aware.
but yeah. She is also waiting on
It
plasma.
borderlined on I am going to take a nap. Goodbye. Here's a 10-hour YouTube playlist.
She has CVID, dude. She was waiting on plasma.
No. I'm not saying that she doesn't get a pass. I am saying that it was like, I'm going to take a nap. Please give me 70,000 subscribers. Goodbye.
It was bizarre because it started out really great, and then
Because most people will look at that and go, "Wait a fucking minute, huh?"
Yeah, some background for people who aren't aware. So this streamer, she has CVID. She's basically a bubble girl. So she needs regular blood plasma infusions. When she did the subathon in early 2022, everything was fine until about a week or two in, where basically there was a nationwide plasma shortage. So her energy went to 0. So she was napping a lot because she was still doing the subathon. Timer was still going. She was already sleeping on stream anyway, like 8 hours a night as part of the subathon thing. And now it was just like, guys, I got a nap like all the time. And it was kind of like it was bizarre because she'd like leave some playlists going of like Trash Taste and other like videos she was in or whatever, or like stream VODs. And then she'd wake up, play for a few hours, be good, and then the energy crash would happen. It would go again. So it was like some days where she'd be, for out of the 24 hours that she was live for the day, she was maybe up and active and like engaging and stuff for like 6 hours maybe, and sleeping the other 18 because she didn't have the plasma to do it. I laughed and it was really sad. I think she actually ended up ending the subathon because like, dude, I can't keep doing this. And then finally she got some plasma and went, okay, I'm good.
She's back.
I'm good. And she's back, yeah. Like it's you know, I think you realize like how much that fucks somebody up until you watch it in real time. You're like, oh god. When she started, she had like an 18-hour shift straight and then slept for like 6-7 hours and got back
live.
to it, live. Like, man, that was definitely a little scary to watch. Ugh.
But she did it.
She did it. So I think she is the longest subathon, one of the longest subathons ever.
Yeah, one that I saw that went on a long while was Distant Coder, who's a YouTuber, and his was like, I don't know, like 16 days.
Yeah, Iron Mouse subathon. How long did it go for? Because it was 31 days.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, 31 days, and she ended up being the third most subscribed channel on the platform. She's not the longest subathon ever.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, I have the exact the hours for it. So it was 347 hours. So divide that by 24, you get 14 and a half days.
Yeah. So it looks like the longest subathon stream is fuck me running 500 and something days.
Good lord.
2 years?
Yeah. Emily CC 546 days ongoing.
Oh, so it's still going, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
It hasn't ended
Yeah.
yet.
20
Tomorrow it will
pedals.
be the longest. The day after tomorrow it will be the longest.
The second place one is ongoing as well, and it's 130 days, and that's for someone called Sweaty Pedals. I don't know who these people are, by the way. This is not an endorsement. I'm just reading off a list here. Number 3 is called Not Me's for 115 days. Tay Spokes, 112 days. Taco Terps, 95 days. Real_Jakey Chew, 89 days. So the impressive 31-day Iron Mouse stream, it doesn't even break top 5. Don't even think it breaks top 10.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, what the hell? Apparently the longest live stream, though, for a single uninterrupted broadcast is 634 days on Twitch. Which is apparently some streamer house thing. I don't fucking know. Sorry, I saw that and I was like, whoa.
That's a lot of people. That's a long ass time. I don't think I could stream that long. I get like tired after like maybe 6 hours. I don't think I could do more than like 24. Fuck.
I think the longest I've done has been like 37.
That's crazy.
And that was because I had a long weekend. But like if you were getting paid to do it, like if it was your the thing we're forgetting about this person doing a fucking 500-day subathon is that every day they are getting paid more and more.
That's true.
It is a job. It is not just I'm doing this for a fun bit. Nah, man, if you worked every single day, no weekends for like a year and a half straight.
That's crazy. The more you think about it, the crazier it gets.
Yeah. Whoa, fuck.
Jesus.
That's insane. No. Yeah, I don't think I want to stream that long.
I mean, I know some people do it half for the money and half like for the time of year. Like the a lot of the ones you always see subathons appear in like January time.
Yeah.
Because like the ad rates are at the lowest they are, so like fuck it, no one's really doing any real content right now. Because it's January, people take break because the ad rates are so low.
I think that's when Coder did his was in January. I got a on like I can pull it up real quick.
The IMAX one was January as well.
No, his was from the end of February going into March.
Okay, but I guess that makes sense because the ad rates are starting to pick back up because like March, springtime, you start seeing some of the summer ads come in. You know, but everyone blows their advertising budget in December and November for the holiday season, and January is peanuts. It's like, oh my god. I know some people do it as well for financial stuff, like because I know for the mouse it was because she's like I said, she needs ongoing medical care. Again, CVIT, Bubble Girl. So a lot of it was kind of taking care of those costs because I know she relocated. She spoke about on stream. She's relocated, and I can only imagine the logistical headache that is relocating a bubble person. You know?
Yeah, that's got to be a nightmare.
And I can imagine the financial cost of that as well. So no, subathon away.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about Iron Mouse, and because I don't watch a lot of VTubers like at all.
Yeah.
I think the only ones I follow or watch are like Flyer and Liz.
Yeah.
That's it. And
your own wife too.
Yeah, my wife too, but she used to stream some more, but internet is dog shit. So, but those are like the only three I really watch, and like, so learning about Iron Mouse and like learning that she used to be like a trained singer is crazy to me. Like hearing her sing, I was just like, wow, that's really impressive. Like, I feel really bad, you know. It's unfortunate that she can't do that anymore.
Well, good thing that there's a Twitch outlet. That's a good thing that everyone can have a creative outlet, you know?
That's true. I wish I could be more active with my creative outlet, but unfortunately, I have executive dysfunction, meaning that I the hardest part for a project for me is fucking starting it.
See, I don't have that problem. I have the opposite problem.
Finishing it?
No, if I don't get on with something, the brain goblin turns on and I become an absolute control freak. Ask the wife, it drives her nuts.
See, that's news.
You need to make a video, and I'm like, yes, I do. I really fucking do.
Well, and honestly, that's why I like working with you guys, is because like it gives me something to do. It gives me lines to voice, and I'll do just about anything, honestly. Like with Flyer, obviously, I want to dub these dumb fucking 7 vaginas,
maybe more
things. Maybe more. With Flyer and other dumb fucking stuff, like because like when you had me and Flyer do the intro video for your Sonic and the Black Knight. That was fun. I like doing that. If you have anything for me to do, and this is like to anybody listening who creates content. Okay, I'm just throwing this out there for you guys. If you work on any videos or anything at all, and you need a voice, please just come to me. It's just work for me to do.
Or me. Deny him.
Both of us. Fuck it.
I don't work pro bono.
Yeah. We'll work for scraps. I'll work for like half a plate of pasta. I don't care.
It's not enough pasta.
I don't know. Oh, well. We can't all get a full plate. Come on, we're working for scraps here.
I don't know. It sounds like a you problem.
Bitch, I'll fight you.
Let's say Fly's Italian. He's getting that full plate of pasta somehow, some way.
A full plate of tacos, then. I don't know.
Well, so if it's pasta, he's going to his grandma and being like, "Grandma, I'm hungry," and she's like, "Let me put on a light snack."
Grandma
Comes
would
like
take
5
that as an
minutes later.
offense.
Yeah.
Hello,
Comes
Sonny,
back and it's
how
like an
are you
entire
doing?
Italian spread.
Hello, Sonny, how are you doing today? Fucking Grandma, how you doing? No, I love you. I'm just a little peckish. And then she would fucking glare daggers. Like, what did you just say there, Sonny? Oh shit! No, fine. I just skipped lunch is all. And there's that one fucking anime trope of like person turns their head, but you hear like the metal like.
Oh God!
You did what, dearie? I said I skipped lunch. It's alright. All the lights go out. Grandma has fucking Gendo reflection on the glasses. The light shine.
You fucking hear Ultra Instinct Grandma. Dun, 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 dun.
It's like, come on in, Sonny. We'll set up a small table of food. Nothing too crazy. 20 minutes later, she's got like fucking
A five course
peeling
meal.
garlic. Yeah, she's got him peeling garlic for like a half an hour. Fucking, she's there like fighting her life with the world's biggest log of fucking salami or something.
And she will win. Make no mistake.
will.
She's fighting
Yeah.
for her life, but unfortunately, she has more left in her than that log of salami.
Oh my God.
Good lord.
But you know what hasn't got much life left in it?
Margaret Thatcher?
No, that's been gone for 10 years. But,
Hey.
this episode of Insert Title here. So I think on that note, do you guys have anything you want to shill before we wrap up for today?
Buy me a full playset of Firewall Dragon. Bye. I'm kidding.
But dear Santa, today I would like a hand job.
Nope.
I'm kidding.
Nope. Dear Santa,
I'm hitting stop on this recording right now. You can keep going.
All right. Good night, people. Bye.
This has been Insert Title here. Remember, when you're plus on block, just take the advantage. Bye.
Insert title here. The American Heart Association still has not gotten back to me on arrhythmia.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.